Alright, this is Clip96. Just wanted to show a bit of the mods and how they work in Fallout 4. I just found a new legendary weapon and I was pretty excited. Want to get back and have this replace my sniper rifle that I use currently because it's got a pretty big damage bonus. So we'll take a look at that now. To start with, I'm just going to show what I've got right now. So I have named it Vault 111's Vengeance. We have the Soul Survivor coming out. He's going to take revenge, and he needs a good sniper rifle to do that. So when we take a look at this, what we see here is the hunting rifle, and put the powerful receiver, long ported barrel, marksman stock, standard magazine, long recon scope, and the suppressor. Suppressor being important because I do have a sneak build for this. So the weapon that I just found was in a hunting rifle version. So it is the irradiated hunting rifle. And as we can see from the description, it does 50 points additional radiation damage. So we'll take the base rifle here. We're going to turn this into a sniper rifle using the crafting station now. So here we have in Sanctuary Hills, this is the starting point for your first settlement, and we've got a crafting station that comes up here already. And when you have your different weapons, you can see the current mods over there. Quite a bit that you can do to each weapon that's going to affect damage, hip shooting, shooting from the hip, not sure exactly what it's called, scoped shooting, how much your clip sizes, reload speed, a lot of different things. But it is quite fun because you can see certain things when you've got one. As you add mods, the game is going to change up what type of a gun that is, what it's focused on. So this is a common one that you'll find with no stock. It's got what they call a short stock there. And as we just saw before, I had a sniper rifle. I did just find really all this is it added a full stock to it. And then it's got the scope on it. So we're going to go ahead and start working on this one, and we'll go right down the board. I can actually take the rifle that I have right now, the sniper rifle, and I can strip the parts from that so that I can use to build up this new gun. Way you would do that is just by going to that weapon, taking each of the parts, so powerful receiver, and putting a standard receiver on there. Now in this situation I don't have one on hand, so I would make the standard receiver, but this is a way to save materials because typically the standard parts are going to take less than the upgraded parts. But I want to be able to compare these two side by side. They're not going to be really that much different other than the bonus, but just want to have a little fun, and I've got the materials to spare, so I'm not too worried about it. So we'll pop up here to the irradiated hunting rifle I just found. We're going to go right through and just take a look at each of these here. Okay, so looks like we've actually got a little bit better choice with a calibrated powerful receiver. So I'll go ahead and add that. We can see that the game is going to take junk that I have in the workshop inventory, and it's going to turn it into the necessary parts. Totally makes sense to take junk, add it to a hunting rifle, and make it into a sniper rifle, but hey, let's make a game, have a little fun with it, just suspend our disbelief for a moment. As you can see, we do get a little bit of experience each time that we do that. So this rifle had a long barrel already. Go ahead and add the long ported barrel. You can see some of the differences. With this one, it just says that it has a superior range and sighted accuracy, poor hip fire there, but when you get up here to the long ported, it's also going to add range into it. Recoil, sorry. So a stat that they don't have there is recoil, but that's going to allow me to, if I do have to try and take a second shot, that my scope's not that far off from the first, as much as it would be with a long barrel. I'm going to go to the marksman stock here. This is going to help with aiming through the scope. Standard magazine, I really don't ever switch this. You get a 5-shot clip, and where I set myself up, I'm far enough away that I'm not using this past that 5 shots. I'm going to be reloading sooner than that. So the size of that doesn't matter. If you do add to this, you can get a bigger magazine that's on there. And what this is going to do is increase the weight of the weapon. Not a huge problem with a sniper rifle, just an unnecessary mod. Bit of a waste of materials there. Moving on to the sights. Here we got to go for the long recon scope. Great scope. You need a gun nut and science, as you can see off to the side. And what this scope is going to do for you is give you the best bonus as far as your magnification, and what it's going to add is tracking. If you focus in on a target with them in the crosshair long enough, it will add a red pip above their head, and you'll be able to track them through walls. It's a great ability, especially when you are going to have a stealth build. You can try and mark people off. That way you can see where they are if they're getting a little bit closer to you. You won't have any depth to it, but you can kind of make out if, for instance, if you're up on a hill and you see that pip rising, you're going to know that they're coming up the hill for you. All right, last thing we got here is the muzzle. So we're going to add a suppressor. All right, so we can see that the two, I believe, are going to be very close. I think the addition that we're going to have came from the calibrated powerful receiver versus the powerful. So just the addition of better critical shot damage and accuracy. So not sure why, but it doesn't tell us that there's an accuracy difference over in the statistics. But great, we've got that all done. Let's not exit yet. But we have over here on the damage on the left-hand side, 80 is your regular ballistic damage, 50 radiation damage coming in, and taking a look at what we had before, it was just the 80 ballistic. So we've got a legendary that dropped. Instead of having to deal with something that was a rifle I didn't want, just a regular hunting rifle that would have had a bolt action, would have been very slow, something I wouldn't have liked in toe-to-toe combat. I turned it into what I wanted, which was a sniper rifle. Last step, we can go ahead and name this here using the keypad, but not too boring. I'll save that for a different time here. So there you go. That's just a short look at what the modifications are like and what they can do with finding a legendary and what you're able to do with that. As well, this is going to go over to the other weapons. The one pistol that I use right now is actually a 10mm that I've had beefed up with the highest receiver that I could, and adding in the silencer with that one too. It is as well a legendary, something that added a little bit of damage over time and added the 3 poison damage, as you can see to the left. I wasn't really interested in the damage over time because if I place my shot right, I should be killing most things in just one shot if I'm that close. This is really a close sort of weapon if I'm going to be clearing a building, if I'm working inside in a dungeon. This is something that works really well. I can use VATS for most of it, kill most things in one shot, and if I get something that's a little bit stronger, take my time with a headshot. As well, you can see this has a recon scope on it, so I can mark bad guys with that as well. So if I see something, if I have the pistol equipped, I can go ahead and mark them right away. But some other fun ones that you'll see in here, we do have other weapons. If you are using a melee weapon, you would have to have the blacksmith skill, which I don't have, but when you pop in here, it's still kind of fun. You can see what the additions, what the mods are that you can make to these. And off to the right, you'll always see what you need to be able to do that. For instance, blacksmith rank 3, you can see to the right, along with having science rank 1. Also neat to see certain things. This is a legendary that I just found in a mining facility. Just neat to see where it came from. If you see no upgrade, you can see this was actually a machete at one time. And it has its own mod, which I don't believe can be added through the blacksmith. If I have my own machete, that's going to be a hidden mod that I cannot make. So once again, just a quick look at what you can do with modifications on weapons in Fallout 4 just to make them a bit cooler for yourself and make those legendaries exactly what you want. Thank you very much for watching.